After about an hour of waiting, we finished refilling Thomas on coal, and we found a few buckets of water and threw them into his water tanks just to be safe. The last thing we want is his boil to go. We got to Tidmouth to find the entire station silent. The station had been evacuated and loose luggage was everywhere. As we searched the yard, we were glad to find an R.I.P James and a petrified duck. We weren't able to get much from Duck. All he got out before freezing up was that he was near Colin. I think he mentioned something about the twins. James said he was at Knapford with a small passenger train when everything went to hell. He didn't realize till late that he was coupled to the coaches. Sadly, there was no going back. I asked James where his crew Jason and Phil were. He said they were in one of the buildings looking for supplies, and when they got back they were gonna refill his water tanks. I was thinking, why the hell would they refill his tanks first? But I didn't have time to dwell on that, as those things were back and they were running for us. James with all his might blew his whistle and they came running out of one of the buildings. One of those things slashed Jason's back, but he surprisingly kept going till they hooked into James' cab. That's when Phil shot at them and took them out, but the sound alerted more and they started steaming James up, and James' face grew red. James looked at Duck and yelled at him to help, but he was frozen in fear. We began to reverse. James began leaking steam and his boiler started to dent in on itself. He looked at us and yelled at us for help. Oil tubes went everywhere. One almost killed me as it went through Thomas' window. We also noticed Duck reversing back down the line. He was covered in James' blood. We continued away from Tidmouth and Thomas hasn't said a word since James blew up. God, James, poor James. He was annoying and got on everyone's nerves with his constant talk of his pain, but even he did deserve something like that. He deserved better. We all do. We arrived at Tidmouth Sheds and was shocked to find Henry in one of the berths. We were ecstatic to see he had survived, and Henry was glad to have someone to talk to. Henry had picked up a train from Bremden, and when going through Wellsworth he saw people being attacked by those things. Henry raced as fast he could to Crosley and picked up several surveyors and continued down the line till he got to Tidmouth Sheds. He said he saw James and Emily rush past and mentioned he saw people being attacked in Emily's third coach, and James looked exhausted and said he hoped they were all okay. Thomas then told Henry how James didn't make it. Henry broke down in tears after hearing this and started getting angry at Thomas, saying that he could have saved him, but I yelled at him saying if we tried we would have gotten killed ourselves. That shut Henry up and he didn't say a word for the rest of the night. We decided it'd be best to get some sleep. We hoped Henry be better by morning.